This is the Panasonic S9. And you guys know I'm not a shill for Panasonic, Sony, any company, because on this channel, I shoot with every single camera company. Fuji, Olympus, Panasonic, Canon, Sony. I probably shoot with Sony more than anything. Canon after that. Most of my views are from Canon videos. But this is a fun camera to use. It's small, it's compact, but it's kind of quirky and kind of gimmicky. The LUTs that are available right now are kind of silly looking. They're gimmicks, but you can make your own LUTs. And that's the cool thing. I can make whatever I want, and I can work as hard on a LUT or not work at all on one and just use the ones that are already in there. That gold one I really do like, and some of the cinema ones are interesting for certain things. Like I just went out and filmed this storm that just hit. It was about to start raining. I wanted to go to the skate park and skate, but I didn't have time. I just had time to go out there and film this short, like cinematic reel of the storm. And when I got to the skate park, there's a bunch of little kids there just skating in the rain. Not skating, what do you call it? Scootering? Whatever, something else. Two-wheel bar device. I made a video on this channel walking around with this lens and this camera at night, and I was actually really surprised at how good it looked at f8 in low light. f8. Imagine if this had been a 2.8 lens like Canon has with their 28mm f2.8. Imagine how good this could look at night. You know, one thing that would make me stick with Lumix is what if they had an 800mm lens like Canon has. I really like the long telephoto lenses. They need more long telephoto lenses. I think Nikon has a whole lot of good telephoto lenses too. Sony and Lumix both need more cheap telephoto lenses. So the time limits didn't really seem to bother me at all. I've been using this for a couple of days now. I can't talk that long. I don't know if you guys talk that long, but I don't run up against those limitations at all. The biggest limitation about this camera and any L-mount camera is the lens selection. There's just not enough lenses on the L-mount Alliance. You could use those Leica M-mount lenses, like the Bright & Star 28mm f2.8. That's a good pancake lens. I had a couple videos on that lens on this channel. That's much smaller than this lens. This lens isn't bad. I used it in the dark, basically, and it works fine. The f8's not a problem. The manual focus isn't really a problem either. If you set it on the infinity symbol, it really works. Everything's in focus. That works really good for like street photography or landscape photography. It's pretty sharp. It's a pretty good lens. I just kind of hate to have a camera with really good autofocus and no good autofocusing lenses. Honestly, with the way this camera's built, this is the only lens you can really use. The Sigma 17mm f4, it's just too big. It's twice the size of this. You can't fit the camera in your pocket. You can't fit it. You could maybe fit it in a big jacket pocket with the Sigma, but I want a pocketable setup. If I'm going to get something like this with no grip, I want it to be as pocketable as possible. And I just think I think there's a lot of potential with this system though. I do think it's the future. I think it's going to help Lumix. I like their app a lot. I've never seen a camera app that I liked at all, especially one that I like this much. I'm not ever going to use a flash, so I don't care about the flash. I film skateboarding videos. So for short skateboarding clips, this is a pretty good camera. I'm a vlogger, I guess you could say. I do how-to videos and reviews and stuff like that. On YouTube, just look up Michael Relevant, and I will be using this camera on that channel, so check those videos out too. I look better on Sony. I look like really contrasty in all the LUTs that I've used on this so far. Maybe I should turn all the LUTs off and just try some of the standard Panasonic colors, because I've heard their color science has gotten better. I like that I can film and log on this and send it to my phone quickly, but also my phone and my computer kind of struggled with the files more than I thought they would. My computer shows the files, but it won't show the thumbnail for the files like it does for every other camera system I've had, and I'm not exactly sure why. You'll have to download a few different things just to play the files, some of the different types of files you can film on this. You're gonna have to have a pretty good computer to handle the files on this. Sometimes I'd rather just have the Canon EOS RP film in 1080 and not have to worry about the file sizes. So the main competitors are the ZV-E1, which is a great camera. It's the A7S III in a smaller body. That is a huge competitor. I mean, it's better in most ways, except for it doesn't have that LUT app. Then you got the Canon EOS RP, which is cheaper. It doesn't have any slow motion, but it has way better lenses. Those RF lenses are probably the best on the market. They got the 28mm f2.8, which is one of my favorite lenses. And they got 800mm or 600mm. I wish they had some telephoto primes for this company. You got the Sigma FP. Nobody's going to buy that. It's too hard to edit those files. Their screen doesn't flip on the Sigma FP, and who wants a back screen that doesn't even flip up? And you got their own company, the S5 II. That's really big, much bigger camera. Nikon has the ZF, but it's pretty big. It's bigger than most cameras, and it's heavier than most cameras. This is heavier than it looks. It's tiny, but it's kind of heavy. And people said that the texture was really slick. It's kind of slick, but it is leathery. I've heard people say it's plasticky. It's not leathery at all. It's kind of leathery. I've got a good grip on it, honestly. And my hands are as big as most of these reviewers' hands, at least. I've seen some of them with tiny little hands holding this, and I thought it was a much bigger camera, but it's actually a pretty small camera. So I put the mic on top of the camera, so I won't forget it again for the next video. I'm gonna keep making videos with this camera. Nobody's gonna watch them. Everybody watches the Sony and Canon videos because that's where the market share is. Panasonic LUMIX doesn't have a big market share, but I'm gonna keep making a couple more videos on this at least, so you guys, because I think it's a pretty decent camera. It's not my favorite camera ever, but I think it's a pretty good camera. I really got to make my own film simulations or LUTs or whatever they want to call them. I think that's going to make it a lot better. Maybe that'll be the next video. All right, so let's test out some different LUTs on the Panasonic LUMIX S9. So right now we're in that Rec 709. So let me hit that LUT button, and then we're gonna go, let's go this way. This is Gold Ultra Max. Ooh, I like that. That looks kind of like, a little bit like Sony does in this stairwell. It also looks a little bit like some of the Fuji film simulations. A little bit like that, not classic negative, but what is the newer one for the XT5? I've already forgotten. So there's a lot of noise going on up here. The little wrist strap that I've got going on attached to the camera is slapping the camera. All right, let's go over to the next one. Moody Warm. So that's really green. So Golden Hours. That's not bad. That kind of looks a little bit like what Canon looks like when I'm sitting here on the steps. Canon is a little more neutral. And we're back to Moody Warm. Nighttime. No, S Nighttime 1. Natural Lumix. So it's a little like overexposed and contrasty, but it looks similar to Canon colors on that one. Okay, that's just horrible. That's so bad. Oh, Urban and street. This looks bad. So these are like really gritty, like classic negative type film simulations. Luminous city. This might be cool in the city. Like for a talking head shot, it's a little bit contrasty, I think. Okay, wait. This is called Bloom. Now that's Black Frost Sea. It's a nice monochrome, a little bit like Acros. Faded Summer, just like a really yellow and green. Chasm Lake, Dark Floral, Platinum Steel. That's not bad. It's kind of neutral. Dusty Earth. Looks awful. Retro Style was the last one. Positive Color is this one. Summer Warmth. Samurai. Oh, Deep Blue. Messed it up again. Back on Bloom. Film Like V2. Black Light N. Clear S. Smoky Color S. Teal Flat S. Sample at 3, 2, 1. So what I would do is take that Rec 709 LUT and just kind of tweak that a little bit, I feel like. No LUT. Gold Ultra Max. So far, I'm liking the Gold Ultra Max. So that looks the most realistic and like done of anything I've seen so far. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. What's up, guys? So now I'm on the 17mm f4. We're going to test this lens and also the Lumix 26mm f8. So we're at f4 right now. And I think we're in the Rec 709, but I'll switch the LUTs out. Yeah, we're in the Vlog 709, it's called on here. Now there's no LUT, that's Log, Faded Summer, Chasm Lake, Dark Floral, Platinum Steel, very contrasty, Dusty Earth, Retro 709, Dusty Earth again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, scroll through my channel, check out my other videos, and hit that subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.